Welcome back to the Green Room Podcast. My name is Massimo Stefano, and to my right,
I'm Brendan Ayton. I'm not Massimo Stefano.
Whoa! Bring
You
that
heard
back?
it. You heard it. It's back, just for now, and I'm never bringing it back again.
Sure, okay. Until the next time you do it. Because that's going to happen.
Here's the thing. I like just keeping this bit running.
It's
in whatever form it is, just to annoy you. So it's never going to end.
Well, it's working.
I hope you enjoyed the last episode with Brendan and Sam. That was fun.
Yeah, shout out to those guys.
There's a chance that I will be working with them more, especially after that.
You're going to love it. I mean, the Stack. What if we did a pod at the Stack?
Like one of the holiday pods?
Yeah. We don't even need two of them.
What if we did...
Just do it in the room?
Just thinking on air, like literally, I haven't even talked about this. What if I'm doing the cover record by then, we get some of the guys from the cover record, sit down and do it in the live room?
Like on the day we're tracking? Like one of the days?
During lunch or whatever.
That would be... while we're eating lunch?
Yeah, we're actively eating. We're actively tuning our guitars while we're doing it.
I'd be down.
Just put up
like a quick 30-minute pod or something?
Just put a room mic up in front and we're all just kind of...
Oh, I don't know. You might need a couple. Whatever. Yes, I'd be down.
Put the Coles, put the nicest ribbon mics in the world out for the podcast.
Because we can.
Here's the thing, folks. We'll probably have an episode later to talk about it, and I've briefly talked about it a little bit. This cover record I'm going to do, hopefully, is going to be... and this actually ties in a little bit what we'll talk about today, is going to be... I want it to be a really good bonding experience between the guys, and I want it to be a fun experience to make, but I also want to push... these people like you to get into genres and get kind of a little uncomfortable, but then get comfortable.
Well, I'm already uncomfortable.
You know what I mean? But there's a thing when you're doing genre and then when you get it, you feel so, like it feels good.
I know exactly
and then
what you mean.
It's like there. And I want to get that.
When I was doing Justin Schumacher stuff for the first time, because he's like folky Americana and he does some Southern rock, which is easy for me to get into. But I did the folk stuff and I was like, oh.
Dude, that first rehearsal with Caitlin.
With brushes? What?
That first rehearsal with Caitlin at SIR, I was like, my bass broke halfway through, but I was also like, got to get this one going. But then I got it, and I'm like, this is sick. Yeah. So it's like, you know what I mean?
Well, wait. We're here at the Franklin Theater in downtown Franklin, Tennessee.
Yes, we are.
Shout out to them for letting us use the space. We will soon, I don't know exactly when, but we'll soon be having a guest on that has been... a person that has been here for a very long time. I think I'm the third longest person here, I think. Right? Don't roll your eyes. It's the truth. It goes this man, and then Colin, and then me. I'm pretty sure. What?
Steven.
Yeah, but not like
now.
W4.
He's been here for 11 years.
But contractor.
Whatever.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess.
Yeah, actually, as of the day we're filming now, our new TD, you obviously know Shay, who we had on before she left. Our new TD, Steven, starts today.
Right now. Woo! So congratulations, Steven.
Shout out, Steven.
Looking forward to it.
Excited to do less work going forward than I did this month. Just because I was double dipping, and I'm excited to not double dip anymore.
My man Brendan's been filling in all the gaps, and he's been working his ass off.
I just had to, somebody had to fill in the transition period, and I just did it.
And you did it.
I just did it. I was like, okay, let's do it.
Wow.
So let's talk about. Everyone knows what
Sevy first.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was about to say everyone knows Massimo's been playing with Sevy for a little bit. He just put out a new song 4 days ago.
I think it was on Friday. I think it was last Friday.
However many?
So
4 days ago.
Yeah.
Is that Sunny Days?
Yeah,
Sunny Days. My favorite Sevy song from the beginning.
Really? That's your favorite one?
Yeah, because when we did our first run with Caitlin on the way back from Atlanta, remember we were in the van with Tyler.
We played that last mix of it.
And he played all of them. He played that. He played Conditions, like all those early versions.
Yeah.
He played all three. Or 3 of the 4 that Sevy's put out.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked Sunny Days the most. And I'm glad
that makes sense. It's the most like pop punk one.
Yeah, but I just like it's just
it's
fun.
Rocking. Yeah,
like
it's fun.
That to me is like a summer country, like it's like it fits in with now, like it's so
because it's sunny and it's hot. Actually, this morning, beautiful. It was like 70 or 60 degrees out this morning.
Not humid at all.
Yeah, I had both my windows down, which I always do because my AC's out.
You have to,
but I didn't even have the AC on in the car. Like it was just the window. Of course, when I turn my AC on in the car, it's just hot air, so that's nice.
So you're saying you turn on your AC
just to move air? I'm not.
Move hot air.
I'd rather have some air movement than no
So
movement.
you're blowing hot air in your face.
It's not that hot. And I don't blow it at my face. Don't.
I didn't know this. That's crazy.
It's what I got to do, man.
No, you just put your windows down. There's your air circulation.
No. If there's no wind blowing, it's the worst. It's actually the worst.
All right.
And I leave it at like 2. I don't crank it. Just to get something.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're judging me, man.
Let's get back to Sevy.
Sevy, over the last month and a half or so, maybe 2 months, we've been doing a lot of in-town gigs. But like
cool.
showcase stuff, like 4 songs at this place with a lineup of like 7 or 8 people. I'm good.
Whoa.
Then I have to burp.
Whoa. We almost saw him throw up live on air.
No, it was a burp. And we just did this last one. The last one we did in that kind of slew of in-town shows was at the basement, the OG basement for New Faces Night, where I kid you not, I'm standing on the front porch there, talking to, I think, Matt Lale. I think it was Matt. And we're just standing there talking, and Sevy's whole entourage is walking through that driveway.
Walking up to the venue.
Yeah. It was like 30 people. And it's the rest of the band. It's Sevy, the management.
Caitlin
was there.
Yep.
Who's the guy we opened? Taylor Holder. And he had Taylor was there.
Dude, I wanted to go so bad. I think I had to work or something that night. Something came up and I couldn't go. And
Taylor Holder, he had some of his crew there, some of his management, and some of his guys. It was like 20 to 30 people. And just like in like you know how birds fly in triangles? It looked exactly like that. Sevy was at the front. Like it was an epic moment. And I'm just standing there like...
It was like a movie, like walking.
Yeah, it was... If that was in slow motion, it would be like...
Walking away from an explosion, yeah.
Literally, if something exploded behind him, he's so cool.
That's cool. I really wanted to go that night. I forgot what happened. I think there was a show where it was like
I think he had to be here, yeah. But it was great. I
want to meet Taylor, not even because he's Taylor. I just want to. He seems cool.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
Every show we've done with him, he's just very personable. It's like, what's
and
up,
Sevy's
guys?
playing for him now, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, Sevy's his guitar player. So it's fun. I don't know if it's officially, but that's what he's been doing.
That's cool.
So
that's sick.
But anyway. And it was a fun gig, just 4 songs. It was quick and dirty.
You were like 3rd or 4th on the bill, right? In order?
I think we were 4th.
Which is great for those bands before you, that the whole entourage was there for them.
Well, we were outside. No one from us was inside.
Until Sevy played?
Yeah. When we walked up, it was we got there, I think, during the end of the first, during the second one, I think.
Oh.
And we put our stuff inside, and then we watched the third person, and that's when we walked up, and then we just went on and did our thing.
It's good for that third person though, because that night is all like getting people in the room.
Yeah,
you know?
But then the second we were done, boom, everyone left, and that my friend is what was good.
Yes,
not for anyone else, but for us.
That is a good sign. Is if you're not the headliner and you play for the most people.
Is that a headlining thing though? If you play last,
no,
I don't think that's a headliner.
No, but I'm just saying
I know. Yeah,
like if you're playing last on the bill. And like the band before you brought everybody.
Yeah.
It's normally tough. But like if you're like More Weight, I think when we did New Faces it was the same thing. We were like there was 6 bands a night, we were 4th.
That's a good spot. 3rd, 4th in there, that's a good spot.
And after us, like 25 people left. And then we stayed around and I felt bad for those guys.
Yeah.
Because it's also like selfishly I'm like, well, hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know? But then like to them, I'm like, that sucks. You know?
Well, the band before us, we were watching, we were all on the side there right before you got into the stage space. And we're like, oh, these guys are really good. Like there was other great performers.
Was it all kind of the same genre all night or what was it like? Because when we did it, it was a country band before us.
Really?
And then there was a R&B band that closed like we crushed, but like it was wild.
The second guy was just acoustic. It was like acoustic singer-songwriter, but like not like typical singer-songwriter. It was like it's good stuff. And then the band right before us was like a rock thing. Like not, I don't know how to describe it. They were good. Like think like a 90s rock. Like I don't know why I'm thinking like Sister Hazel.
Oh.
Like dad rock.
Okay, yeah.
But not Creed. Different kind of dad rock.
Yeah.
Like the dads that were yacht rock, but now they're like Sister Hazel.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
But it was good. A little bit more.
You know what? That's interesting. The modern, the new age yacht rock for dads is like Creed,
Yep.
System of a Down.
Yeah. What a turn, though. But I think it makes total sense that's the next evolution of dad rock.
No, I know. It's just so funny. I think dad rock is Creed, like Three Doors Down. Like, it's so funny. Third Eye Blind.
Third Eye Blind.
Which we'll get to.
Anyway, so
did you
the
film
whole
that
point
set?
of that? No, I didn't film it. I didn't. I was bummed because I didn't film that one, which I knew I wasn't going to. But the one we just did in Texas a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I didn't film either, and that was the best show we've ever played. That might have been the best show I've played. Like, I was really mad. But a few days later, the basement reaches out to Sevy and his management and say, "Hey, come back and do a show." So sometime in August, we should be playing a show.
Hell yeah.
At the basement.
I'll be there.
For realsies.
I will.
Not if it's when you're out of town.
Well, that's the day we're going to fly back. So hypothetically, if we get an early enough flight.
And if the show's late enough.
Yeah. But normally, like, they do 2 shows a day at basement.
Really?
Yeah. They do a 7 o'clock and then the next show starts at like 9. They do.
Oh.
Because like.
Why don't we just make it one show?
When we did our show, like I think it'll probably happen to y'all too. You'll either be the first or the second show that night. Because like we were walking in as the last show was walking out. But you get some people that stay for both, which is nice. That's the cool thing about it, is that you get people to just go to the basement and watch both
they definitely
sets.
just have locals that
but I think
regulars
that
come in.
They try to do 2, if they can, they do 2 like shows. Like with like openers and everything.
Is that every night then? Or just like
No. I think it's just sometimes maybe with smaller bands, or if they can, they'll do it. Grace, our manager, worked there for a while. She still works there, I think. She works there.
You said that
in
weird.
Like booking and stuff. So yeah.
You said that weird. Grace, our manager.
I didn't mean to. I was
so quiet.
I was about to say like Grace, our friend, but then she's recently became our manager, so I forgot and I had to like stop myself. I was like, oh yeah, our manager.
Grace, our manager.
Yeah, our manager. Shout out Grace.
Manager.
Did you use ears for that or a wedge?
It was a wedge.
Yeah, but it was an XLR wedge.
Go. I didn't look. Also, I lost my ears, and I told you yesterday.
Yeah.
I show up to this church I play at on Sundays in Columbia. Right ear doesn't work because I have all these extra pairs of ears, and I don't know where I really got them from, but they're just extra like 215s, Sures. And I just grabbed one and went because I was running late, and and we're doing the first 2 songs. I'm like, I don't have my right ear, and I kind of jiggled the thing. I'm like, no, I knew because I just have a ton of them, and I know that some work and some don't. Mostly they don't, and the right ear just didn't work. So I had to use. They have a house ears, but it didn't cancel any noise, and it didn't sit in my ear right. And I was like, well, that's what I got. That's fine.
Yeah,
it was rough.
I lost my case to my ears at the show the other night, but I still
really like the soft case. That's a bummer.
I don't know where it is. There's a chance it's in one of my cases, and I just can't find it yet. Because knowing me, I don't ever set that kind of thing down. Like I put it in a case.
You knew me when I used to attach my ears to my waist on my. I don't have my ear, but my keys. It was a thing. It was too much. It was too much. I picked that up from Brian because he what's the thing called that the carabiner, but he has like one that's like 4 times the regular size.
It's just got all this stuff on it.
Like you don't just pinch it and open it. It's like you turn, pinch. Like it's whole mechanic.
Like a hiking carabiner.
Yes, that's what he has on his waist at all times. With like,
I can't do that.
It's too much. It's too much, and I've told him this. It's too much.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Well, speaking of you losing your ears at your gig, Brendan just played a gig at. Did you forget?
Well, I just figured we might. I didn't know we were going to go.
No, you played. More Weight played a gig at the End. It was my first time at the End. My first time playing or seeing More Weight.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah. It was a ton of fun. I had some expectations. They were met and exceeded. I loved the show. It was really good. It was great.
Yeah.
I almost got moshed on, so that was cool.
When I heard Massimo was coming, I was like, this is going to go one or two ways. He's either going to be like, oh, this is not nearly as terrifying and bad as I was expecting it to be. Or it was exactly as terrifying and bad as I was expecting it to be. And it was good. My bass broke during the set.
Besides that, how'd it go for you? Like overall?
It went pretty good. I
thought you all played really well.
Yeah, knock on this wood that's right here. That wireless rig that I bought like a month ago is been a game changer for me. It's like the fact, like, I hate feeling tied to the pedal board with the cable. Like, I hate it. Like, even, like, not even that, like, yeah, I move around the stage, but, like, I don't even, like, go, like, to every corner. It's just, like, hated the tension and, like, and I just hated the cable.
You should stand on the kick drum. Especially because it's a house kit. If it was my kick, you get...
It wasn't the house kit. That was the headliner's kit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do they have a house kit?
No.
Oh.
I don't think so.
See, when I'm out with Sevy, Colin, and all them, they're always like, I'm going to put my foot on your kick drum. I'm like, don't you dare. Because I have wood hoops, man. I'm going to dirty up my wood hoops. Yeah. I mean, I get pissed. Don't put your freaking foot on my kick, man.
Yeah. It was an interesting show, though. During sound check, the other bands loved my bass tone, but I didn't. So the problem is that with like higher gain bass tones and stuff, you either got to decide if you're going to be fuzz or if you're going to be like I don't want to say bright, but like clanky, high mid, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like 2K, like right in there.
Anywhere from 900 to 2K, but it's selective. It's like you got to do it right?
Okay.
And I don't like the fuzz thing on bass. I have a fuzz pedal actually, but I use it for like 2 moments just for like effect for an extra push.
Did you ever meet, I'm sorry, this is a total side note. Did you ever meet Tommy from my Dark Horse class?
Calling the Cops?
Yeah.
I did a show with Calling the Cops.
Okay, so you know Tommy. During Dark Horse, because he was in my class, we limited him to saying the F word, fuzz, to 2 times per class. Because he would always use the word fuzz. Like, we do some recordings like, I could use some fuzz. I love Tommy. Yeah. Shout out to Tommy.
Fuzz is better, I think, to me on guitar rather than bass. For me, I don't like it on bass.
I don't think I've ever used fuzz on anything.
The thing with fuzz is I choose to do the clanky thing. There's a bass player named Nolly.
Which I think it works.
There's a bass player named Nolly with a band called Periphery that we don't sound anything like, but his tone is amazing. And I've always tried to like get that, but like in my own way, in a more analog way, because he's got a very like digital sounding bass tone.
Does he have like a Kemper style setup or something?
Yeah, okay. It's a whole. And so even though I technically do run my modeler, I get a lot of my tone from either my Ampeg preamp that I have on my pedal board or out of my Ampeg head if I'm using my rig. But I was using an orange rig at that.
It looked slick. I like the way it looked.
The orange rigs
head in there, that was cool.
I didn't like that specific one because normally an orange rig, it's interesting. They don't have like bass, mid, treble, or any frequencies.
Oh,
it's like bite, crunch, and like
like
there's the bass. There's a treble clef for bass. There's a
treble clef
or a bass clef for bass. There's a treble clef for treble, and there's like a whatever kind of logo for like the mids. And like the distortion is like a sine wave, like it's like a Z wave, like it's
they got their own little thing. Okay,
and normally it's very simple. It's just bass, mid, treble, gain.
Yeah,
and that's it. This one had like 3 other things on there and because I don't know orange and it's not named anything,
it's a
one
symbol,
of them was literally a C clamp with a knot, and I was like, what does that do? How do I know what a C clamp?
That's when you crank it and see what it does.
It was like a how you like hold wood to like a bench where you like, and you like tighten it, you know what I mean, and it like gets in. It was one of those, and I was like,
that might have been compression.
It might have been, but
that was probably compression.
Probably it was just or a limiter, but it was.
They would do an L then, right?
No, because they're orange and they don't want to do that.
Come on, orange.
I'm not gonna lie, I just really use my Ampeg pedal.
The only time that stuff is okay is I use the Sans Amp plugin all the time on Pro Tools.
Yeah.
And I actually really like it.
But that's that's got both. It's got weird
like
names
punch,
and normal
drive,
names.
like crunch. It's got crap like that.
But you see that on bass amps.
You see that
real
stuff?
Bass amps.
I don't play bass. Don't hurt me.
Like sometimes you'll see punch, knob, or like crunch. Like you'll see that as well as.
Well, what do they have? They have gain, punch, crunch, drive. I think there's 2 more missing. There's a high and low, but like
high and low.
There's like another one.
I don't remember.
Is there a fuzz knob on there?
Yes.
Really?
I think so.
Or something like that.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't even have that.
You don't? It actually sounds really good. You can get some cool stuff out of that.
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
It's not that I don't like it. I have another one that I use instead.
What is it?
It's not a Sans Amp channel strip. It's a Sans Amp pedal.
Oh,
emulation.
So it's a very similar.
It's the same thing, but a little different.
So what's the difference then? Do you just like the sounds you get out of that better than?
Because because some people use that Sans Amp thing like the one you have for like everything, like vocals, drums, everything.
Vocals? Oh no,
dude, it's a thing. People run like the rack version.
Yeah,
it's a thing. People run everything through it.
Like run your vocals through. I never thought about. I want to try that one day now.
Filtered fuzz, like moments in like 2000s, late 90s stuff. That was a big. You put it through a Sans Amp.
Well, I just got this free plugin. It's some like saturator, like a vintage tube saturator. It's what it's called. Vintage tube saturator. It's free. And I put it on the vocal, the mix I sent you. It's off now. I didn't like it, and I was like, "This ain't it." But I put it on. They're doing Rolling the Deep, Adele, and I put that, like a little bit of it, and then the Sans Amp thing, and I'm like, "That's kind of gnarly."
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I'm not exactly
on bass.
going.
You put it on bass.
That's not exactly the tone on the record. I wanted it something a little bit more gnarly anyway. I was like, "This is kind of mean." Like it's not like too mean, but it's like. All right, there's the bass. And it's poking through.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, back to the show. Last thing for the show.
Yeah.
I had during the last song, my bass broke. The screw to my strap stripped.
I think I saw you when you looked down and tried to put it back. It's like, oh, there's just nothing there to clip it back onto.
Well, and what I did is I just played in the ground. But yesterday I went and fixed it.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't even change anything. I just went and screwed it back in, and it screwed in just fine. So I'm wondering.
You do the toothpick thing? Oh, okay.
I'm wondering if that was just weird. I think I'm gonna actually
lock it in. Somehow.
Do the toothpick today.
Probably need to
I might go grab a toothpick.
And the other side too.
From here, no.
Well, you said the other side's coming out.
It's starting to, but it's not there yet, so I might not. I don't want to pull it out and do that and make it worse or anything. You know?
Is it jiggling already, or is it still?
No, it's just like as I play. I can notice it slowly starts to like twist out.
Oh, well, just twist it in a little bit.
Yeah.
Cool. Shall we do song of the day?
Song of the week. It's song of the week.
Is it day or week,
man?
It's
week. It's been week.
Make up your mind.
It's been weeks. It's been week for weeks, and you've been saying day.
I don't care.
Yeah, because I noticed. I just caught it a couple weeks ago too. He always sends me like the template for the bio. It said song of the day in there, and I changed it.
You change it?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Whatever. You're doing the song of the day.
Song of the week. This record just came out.
I just did it again.
Song of the week. This record just came out, I think, a little less than a month ago, probably 2-3 weeks ago. It's The Story So Far record, and the song's called Letterman. It's so good.
Letterman by Story So Far. Here we go. Okay, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that song. Was it the song you were playing earlier today? Right before we started?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a pop punk song technically, but it's not like heavy. It's actually got some acoustic tones.
No, I kind of dug it, actually.
The drums are good. I love, in pop punk, they play in the rims all the time, and I love it.
Oh, like the...
I love it. Or like just like instead of playing on cymbals. Yeah, and then so when you go to it, it's so much bigger. Yeah. It's so cool. Love it.
Okay, good to know. Okay. We're going to be doing the kind of news segment. I think we've only done it the one time because then we had Brendan and Sam on.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. But no, I got a review. Please, 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 right? Because that was mine.
Yep. We're doing Kicking It Old School, but Massimo's got to give his opinion on Please, Please, Please by Serena Carpenter because
See, you gave it to me, and then I've heard it a million times outside of it because it's everywhere right now. It's a good song. It's a good song, and I had to respect the player in the game and the game and the player, you know. So it's
mother. Yeah, I love like the subtle production on it.
Yeah, the production's really great.
Like there's slapback reverbs and delays on stuff. That's so cool.
It's very 80s. Everything now is 80s again, man. There's a lot of mainstream stuff that's like synthy and drum machine. It's
interesting. It's either very 80s and very like that, or it's very dry.
Yeah.
Like no reverb, super intimate. Yeah.
I'm here for it. Oh, yeah, I'm here for it. I don't know if I'm the biggest Sabrina Carpenter fan. I like it. I wouldn't go out of my way to listen to it, though.
I like that song and Espresso.
I like Espresso better.
Me too.
Okay.
But
just triple checking one on the same
please,
page.
Please, it's still good.
Yeah, it's still good.
I'm working late.
'Cause I'm a singer.
It's a good song. So now, I will preface before we get into this that I am a loser and did not watch that Rick Beato video that we were talking about a couple weeks ago.
Wow, that was so harsh.
My bad.
Look at the waveform. I'm sorry.
My bad. You're good. My bad. I did not watch it.
Unbelievable. Although, I
still stand by what I think about that Journey song, though.
See,
I still stand by it.
Rick, come on the pod.
Yeah.
Show us your ways.
Rick, come on the pod and explain to me why I'm wrong.
Please. I just forgot the song I was going to do now for kicking it old school. I literally looked it up. Wait.
I don't know. I can't help you. I don't have your brain.
It's
great.
Stall, Brendan. What I think.
Yeah. So one thing that I'm looking forward to going forward, I'm going to pilgrimage in September. The first day. I'm just saying this randomly because I'm thinking about it right now. And that day is Broken the Bluff, Hozier, and Dave Matthews.
Keep going.
I'm so excited. I literally. Oh man, he's got to look it up and everything. My girlfriend and I are going because she loves Hozier and I love Dave, and we both love Broken the Bluff. And I just found out my old roommate and his girlfriend are going to come down and probably be there for that too. So it'll be fun. Moss is out of town; he won't be there for it, but I'm excited to see. It'll be my second time seeing Dave. My brothers and my dad just saw Dave a couple weeks ago. Oh, he remembers it now. He's coming back. I got it. He threw his hands up in the air too, so he's pissed that he forgot it.
I know what it is.
All right, here's a big reveal.
You know the artist. It is Billy Joel. And the song, it's a little bit of a deep cut. It's called Summer Highland Fall.
Never heard of her.
It's such a good song. I think I love it. You're not gonna like the recording of it. It's just not.
You're not setting this up well.
I know, but you're gonna like it. I think you'll like the songwriting and the musicality of it.
Okay.
You know,
remember
lyrically,
we've talked about
like
Billy Joel on this podcast before, if you remember.
Yeah, you're not
in my opinions of Billy Joel.
So this is a test. This is a test.
Billy Joel is a talented. He's got a good singing voice.
Mm-hmm. This is not the most.
That's where I'm leaving it.
I think you'll really like it. Like, also listen to it and think of it like super stripped down, like a singer-songwriter thing. Yeah. Because it can be presented that way too. This song specifically.
I mean, I'm sure it's good. I'm just
you'll like it. I would be really surprised if you didn't like it. You won't like maybe the production on it because it's from like the late 70s or mid 70s. I thought you were about to
say 5150. I was like, get out.
No, that's the next one. 5150.
Oh, no.
You're gonna have to listen to it,
and I'm gonna come back and hate it.
Hate on it so much. 5150 is not that bad.
It's just the worst sounding record of all time.
So bad.
It's
so bad.
And it's even like the only thing I feel like they actually mixed on that record was Eddie's guitar, and they just unmuted everything else and just released it.
And then high passed it to like 300.
And then put the weirdest verb delay on the vocal.
You don't like it?
It's so like fizzy. It's weird. I don't know. I don't want to get into it.
Because
I'm sure we will eventually.
A different day. We got to do a pod where we just rip on older.
Okay.
Or on like records we think don't sound good.
Okay.
But like our really famous records that just don't sound good.
I'm down for that.
I'm okay. Okay. We're doing that
I'm
soon.
down for that. I even have modern ones that are too modern that sound terrible.
Really? Oh, actually that's like a two tunes.
Two stereo and two. Yeah. Too much. Yeah.
Okay. That's the next segment then.
All right. Well, last night
we
went to a show.
About last night.
And it was fun. It was at First Bank here in town.
Why are you covering the mic, man?
I'm just
is there hair
off it.
Oh. Mandy Barnett's lipstick?
No, I think you got that actually.
No!
Yeah, you do. I can see it.
Thanks, man.
So we saw Third Eye Blind with Yellowcard in Arizona.
We did not see
Arizona. We did not see Arizona. Sorry, Arizona.
We were eating dinner.
We were in tailgating in the parking lot. It was fun. It was... So I knew more Yellowcard songs than Massimo, and I knew more Yellowcard songs than I knew Third Eye Blind songs. Mm-hmm. Massimo was basically backwards.
Yeah. I knew like one Yellowcard song. Yeah. It was the Ocean
And you didn't
Avenue.
know that you knew it until we were driving there.
That's true.
So... But Ocean Avenue...
It was great, though.
Ocean Avenue. Yellowcard crushed.
They... I was impressed. I actually enjoyed the whole night. The two bands that we saw.
Yeah.
It was great. Lights were great. Sound was awesome. That might have been the best sounding show I've seen at First Bank.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've only seen 2 shows there, but that sounded great.
I've seen Kenny Loggins, Chicago, John Fogerty.
I think that's the best heavy show sonically I've ever heard.
Yeah. It was really
heavy
good.
Because it was consistent. The thing that you get with sometimes with heavier
even
stuff,
between the bands, it was consistent. Yeah.
Is that like every song is different, and it's like, you know what I mean? Like it never feels like it's home. And both bands, middle of the first song, by the second song, front house engineers kind of tuned it in, and it's like, well, it sounded great. It was interesting going in. I told you we were driving there. I was like, the kick is either going to be super clicky or not at all. And
very clicky.
Yellowcards, very clicky. Third Eye Blinds, not at all. So there we go. It was. I knew the kicks were either going to be support underneath,
but it wasn't bad. Third Eye Blinds wasn't like I wasn't missing the click, and there was just enough on it, enough tack on it for it to be there. You know, it wasn't. It wasn't like whoa, like you know.
No, yeah, it was just enough that you heard it, but not enough that it was annoying.
Yeah.
Not that it was annoying with Yellowcard, but
no,
Yellowcard vocal sounded great.
Yeah, everything vocally sounded great. Both lead singers sounded awesome.
It was cool.
What's his name? Ryan?
Ryan.
You met him.
Ryan
he's
Key.
here. Shout out Ryan.
Yeah, I met him once here at the theater. Chad brought him to a movie gang.
Yeah.
And he's super cool. He was super nice too.
Yeah.
He had blonde hair at the time. So,
that's why I didn't recognize him. I was like, wait,
he
you're
had like
the guy?
bleach blonde hair.
I didn't meet him, but I saw him in the lobby and all that.
Third Eye Blind was great. They had a great lighting show. It was hilarious. The guy was trying to get the haze going. Like before the set.
It was awesome.
He couldn't get it like where he wanted the whole time. At least before the show. We
kept going up.
It was funny.
Because First Bank, it's outside.
It's a quarry.
There's the 2 pillars, and then there's like just like this roof, and that's it. It's pretty shallow. It's not. I don't think it's that deep. And all the haze just went up and sat right underneath the roof.
Yeah. It was tough. Once the show started, though, it was fine. But he had a hard time there before the show. It was great. Lights were good. They had a cool like lasers that were like projecting.
What do you think? Have you seen a better lighting show than that, or do you think that was the best one?
I think it's the best lighting show I've seen, but also it was the most involved lighting show I've ever seen. Every other band that I've seen live isn't a lighting show. It's like
most of their budget did not go to lights.
Dave didn't have they had cool lighting stuff,
but he doesn't need it. It's about the music.
Exactly. And everyone else I've seen has had the same thing. Like when I saw Slash, the lights weren't crazy. When I saw Guns N' Roses, the lights were cool, but they weren't crazy because it's Guns N' Roses. You want to see them.
Yeah.
Especially when you're in a giant arena. You need to see them.
See, I still think the band Camino had the best lights.
What venue was that at again?
The Municipal Center.
Yeah.
It's in a dome thing. Everything on the console was clipping, but and sound-wise, it was like 100 where I was, which was in the back, which is crazy. Crazy.
Last night was not loud. It was good. Last night was...
Well, we were in the back, too.
Yeah, but still, it wasn't loud.
It really was great. Shout out to the front of house guy that you walked up, right? Brendan, we're walking, because we always do this. We always go walk by front of house, and he saw the H delay on the thing.
I didn't even see it.
It wasn't H delay. The Waves card.
The rap Waves card.
And he's like, you're using H delay. So the front of house guy steps out. He's like wiping off his glasses or something, and like in the walkway where everyone is. He just Brendan leans over. He's like, should I go say something?
And I just go over and go, hey, are you using H delay tonight? And he goes, yeah, I think I got it sprinkled in there, or I think I got it scattered in there. I was like, interesting way to put it, but
then that was the conversation. Just that.
It was cool. And then Massimo said something to him like,
I was like, yeah, it's a cool rig.
Yeah, that was it.
I want to have my 2 cents.
Whatever. Hey.
It was great. It was a great
whatever,
mix.
Yeah. It was a good show. The one of my favorite things with Yellowcard is the vocal delay verb throws.
Yeah.
The vocal
they
throws.
They both had them.
Yeah, but Yellowcards particularly, I loved. I don't know what it was. They sounded great.
It probably was H delay.
One thing that I'm intrigued about with you is that the last 2 days you've had basically culture shocks where you went to a hardcore show at a metal venue, essentially.
Yep.
And then you went to a pop punk show, essentially, because Third Eye Blind played way heavier than they are.
Yeah. Well, I think that's their shtick now. I think that's who they are.
Yeah. So, and I said it last night at the show, and you thought it was interesting, is that I think a lot of music is just the same. It's a lot of the messaging and the way you feel and the emotions they convey and the way that you react from it. It's all it all does the same thing. It's just packaged in a different way. Like,
and when you say package, it's just a different genre.
Sonic, like, and like I used this as an example with you earlier. I was like, Celine Dion and metal bands. You could take Celine Dion and like Chelsea Grin, like one of the heaviest, or Lorna Shore, one of the heaviest metal bands out right now. They can both make you feel the exact same thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's a different audience, different way to package it. Yeah.
The hard thing is that there's a real stigma and like perception with heavier music that people just write it off and just say no, and they aren't even willing to, you know what I mean? Like, which I think, candidly, you were like that a little bit.
I kind of still am.
A couple years ago. But like last night, middle of Yellowcard, you're like, he's great. The vocal melodies are great. Yeah. Like the harmonies and like the guitar, like it's all. Well, it can hit you. And like when we had the episode with Cassidy and Brian, I kind of mentioned them. I was like, you know, the emotion that like pop punk music makes people feel, and especially because like the melodies are so like jarring and the belts are so like in your face, that it can make you cry the same way that Celine Dion made people cry in the 80s and 90s. Like, and it can make you jump out of your seat and scream the same way that Motley Crue did in the 70s. You know what I mean? Like it's all, it can do the same thing, and you can still have the same like body and brain reaction to music, any genre. It's just different, packaged differently, you know? Like it all does the same thing. I don't know, in my opinion.
No,
thoughts?
I'm with you.
Because like,
it's,
if you take Open Arms
by
Journey, and then you take a song you don't know, but it's called Navy Blue. The song that I'm going to do with the crowd here, Navy Blue by The Story So Far.
Oh, okay.
Those two songs, basically,
lyrically,
Open Arms is like a "I love you" song, right? Or is it?
Yeah, but it's
I
like,
love you, but I can't have you type.
No. It's about, you've gone through this relationship. This is what I think it's about. You've gone through this relationship, but you're parted ways, and now I want to come back to you with open arms. Or we should come back together and forget what's happened.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe not forget, but you know, and it's that vein. Like you're in a relationship, things aren't great, and now come back with open arms and try again.
I guess it's a little bit different, but like Navy Blue is about like after the relationship being like look at everything I did and this is how it turned out. But like you can still, like the lyrics and the way that the artist wants the fan to feel when they're writing it, and the way the songwriter, you know what I mean? Like it's all the same.
I don't even think, I remember growing up, and even still now, lyrics from, I'm not necessarily a lyric guy. Like that's not the first thing I listen to when I listen to a song. So I can listen to like a song like that and then Open Arms, and probably if you're thinking sonically or whatever message you're trying to convey instrumentally, musically, if it's the same that way, I'd be like, oh yeah, they're similar songs, like regardless of what the lyrics are about.
You know,
like if it's the same thing that way.
You know the band Sleep Token that I talk about a lot? They have made me cry time and time again. And it's nothing, and I don't know any of the words. I know them, but like I don't know what they're talking about. It's purely sonics.
Yeah.
And it's all about vocal melodies, the setups, the build-ups to the drops, and like country does that. You listen to like old country, like George Strait, that old stuff, those like ballads, those choruses get massive and the harmonies unfold and just explode. And you listen to like Sleep Token or even Deftones, they're ballads that like make people just cry and make me cry too. It's this build up, and then you just have this expansive just explosion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be distorted guitars rather than harmonies, but it's like it's the way that it makes you feel, like the reaction that you get from it. It can convey the same reaction.
There's a Toto song. I think when we went to go see him, they did it. It was I Won't Hold You Back Now.
I think I even know that song.
But the solo, I remember hearing that as a young kid, like 10 and probably younger, because I had the greatest hits record, like the CD. I would play that on loop. And I didn't know at that age what really the song was about. I just knew it was slow and sad because the way it was dramatized and the way they played it. And then they got to the solo part, and it's the most dramatic solo I think I've ever heard to date. And I was like, I'm so sad right now, but in the best way.
Exactly.
And then I think about now, like with other songs that make me feel the same, make me feel the same way. I'm like, totally different package, but the exact same emotion.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
And it's part of like, I feel, and that's why I think when you talk to people that listen to like heavier music, they're so like, listen to it, because it's like, it's the same shit you're listening to. Sorry, I just had. It's the same. It's just you got to open you up to it a little bit. Like it's, you know what I mean. Like, not obviously it can't be for everybody because not every genre has a preference
too. You know,
but there's always been this ever since the Black Sabbath thing of metal is hell or whatever. You know what I mean? Like the devil's in metal.
Some is. Some they're actually talking about it. And I had to say that. But most of it's not.
Exactly.
I would think most of it.
Since that era of the Black Sabbath way back in the day, there's just been this writing off
stigma
and this
just of it.
And I hate it because it's like Sleep Token's starting to do it too, where like people that listen to Chapel Roan and Sabrina Carpenter are listening to Sleep Token because it's like the same. You know what I mean? Like it's starting to get there. I don't know. And I'm hoping that you'll start branching out more after last night. Because also live is a whole nother experience, that kind of stuff.
I agree.
If Sleep Token comes to town, I'm taking Maddie and I'm taking you. I'll buy your ticket. You're going to see Sleep Token.
Done. I'll go to a free show.
You will leave and be like, I'm listening to Sleep Token now. Even just the lighter songs, like the ballads.
After being able to go to so many shows last year, because I just made it my mission to go to see as many shows as possible last year. This year, I just haven't had the time, but I would go to a few. The live aspect of music is this new component. Like I've seen shows before, but I was just like, oh, I'm just going to go, you know. But now, not that I'm paying attention to things more, like even on the tech side or stuff like that. It's just the experience of it and how each band makes their set special or how they don't. And then it's like, wow, this was lackluster compared to other people. It's crazy. Yeah, last night was awesome. I didn't know a ton of I didn't know a ton of songs, but it was an awesome show. And I think that's what matters at the end of the day.
I'm starting to understand the your artist's favorite artist thing. You know what I mean? Where it's like I'm starting to get into music and I wouldn't because I'm starting to appreciate it more.
Yeah, buddy. But it's happening with me too.
Exactly. But we're both going opposite ways.
Yes. One day I'm going to catch you just listening to yacht rock on your way in.
I mean, I won't. I know what say I won't. Like it's got like I love Toto.
Some Christopher Cross.
Yeah, and shoot, what's his name?
Michael
Barry Ocean. Oh, Barry Ocean is
not
great.
Who I thought you were going to say.
Barry Ocean is great. But then I want to catch you listening to Deftones on the way, and I'm like, Massimo's listening to Deftones.
Oh man.
See, that's exactly it right there. It's what I mean?
It's not that. It's the fact that I just envisioned in my brain we're gonna pull up next to each other. You're gonna have Barry Ocean blasting, and I have Deftones blasting. It would just be like the Spider-Man's pointing at each other.
We've probably done that just in the wrong car. I probably pulled up in Deftones. You've been pulling up listening to whatever with your head.
What are you doing? What the hell is that motion for?
Stevie Wonder? I don't know.
Stevie Wonder? You know he's blind?
Yeah. Or he's not.
Do you think he's not blind?
Shaq tells a story that he walked in. Shaq was in an elevator. Door opened. Stevie Wonder walked in alone. Turned around when the door closed. He goes, "Hey, Shaq, how you doing?" Shaq didn't say a word, not a thing. How is Stevie Wonder going to know without having anyone tell him Shaq was in there? That Shaq is in an elevator. And Shaq is Shaq, so you know Shaq. So it's
say Shaq one more time.
Shaq. So I don't know. I heard that and I was like, skeptical. Because like you can be blind, but like legally
I've heard
blind.
A few things.
Legally blind is like, well, I'm blurry. So it's like, is he just legally blind?
Well, maybe and then he just saw some blurry, tall,
6'9",
looking
7'1",
guy,
and
it was like, that's probably Shaq, and just say, hey,
what if it wasn't? What if it was like Yao Ming?
Or just like anyone?
Hey man, yeah, that's fine.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, any final notes for the pod?
I need this humidity to go away.
Dude, don't get me started. I don't have AC right now in my car.
I'm ready for October.
It's the fall, dude, is going to hit so hard this year because it's been so freaking hot. I can't wait to wear the cardigans again and just wear long pants and not feel bad about it, you know?
Me too. Sorry.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Well, thank you all for watching, listening. This has been the Green Room Podcast. Yes. You can follow us at Podcast The Green Room, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify. Not quite Apple Music just yet. What's going on with that, Brendan? That's on you, man. We're just giving up on Apple Music?
We'll figure it out. I don't know. I've kind of forgotten about that and just kind of moved on. Okay. We'll figure it out.
I have not done any short form content. I do realize for at least a couple months I've been saying, don't laugh at me. It's Anyway, Brendan, just say social.
Beta and Aiden, More Weight Band. I'm playing with Summer Belt again, so Summer Belt, doing a thing with her tonight, actually.
Oh yeah, that's tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
We just talked about that yesterday.
Yeah, and I just learned one of the songs this morning.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you?
Massimo D Music on all platforms. Massimo Stefano on YouTube. Working on some new videos. I think I said last time musical chairs will be coming out. It'll be just a 3-piece, me, Brendan, and Henry. It's gonna be a ton of fun. It's gonna come out whenever I get done mixing another project, and then I can focus on that because
Yep.
your boy needs to get paid first, and musical chairs doesn't pay. Anyway, well, thank you guys for watching, listening, comment, literally anything. I don't care. You can say whatever you want.
Yep.
You can say it sucked. You can say it was good. Give us some feedback. Say what you want. You know, I don't know who you want on. Got any guest recommendations? Let us know.
We've been getting the same one recommendation over and over and over again. So
who?
Caitlin.
Oh.
So.
Oh, I feel like we should have Caitlin on then.
Hopefully we'll have her on soon. Yeah.
I don't know because she's engaged. I don't know when she's getting married. So we would probably do it before
then. She's back in
then.
town, though. She's back.
Yeah, she's here. Well, she does her PR trip. Anyway.
Yeah, so.
All right. Thank you guys for watching, listening, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Peace.
See ya. Ciao.